Welcome and thank you for coming. I'm Kevin Ury, Managing Director of Screenzilla Entertainment. And we're going to talk about how we're using the Microsoft Game Stack to really create personalized experience for our players. So you may be asking, what is Screenzilla Entertainment? So we're the publishing arm of Hippo Productions, the people that make Venture Capitalists and Venture Communists, founded by Lance Priebe, who created Club Penguin. And then we publish a few other games as well, Tapcast Battle Arena and Battle Bears and others to come as well. But really with my background, I come from the consulting space, the marketing space. I'm really focused on how do we actually help studios grow their games and support them with the tools they need. We're really trying to do publishing different, and we're trying to do publishing in a services model instead of a kind of an ownership model where it's like, okay, thank you, we own part of your game now, do whatever we say. We want to really partner with great people and support them to do what they do better. And one of the ways we do that is really focusing around the player and putting the player at the center of everything we do. And so to do that, what we've created is something called the player cycle. So whether it's developing the game, marketing the game, et cetera, we don't look at it at an individual level. We really look at it first, how do we get people to notice the game? How do we just make them generally aware of it? Then how do we get them to desire and really want the game? Then we move on to how do they install the game, really? And that's where a lot of people kind of stop is like, okay, they're installed. But really what we focus on is how do we satisfy them post-install? And then obviously the important thing in a free-to-play situation is how do we get them to invest? And then how do we get them to evangelize? And so our real goal is that this continues over and over again from notice, desire, install, satisfy, invest, evangelize, and then someone else goes through it because this is a huge deal. If we can get someone to install your game and then share it with their friends and they install it, that's the best thing we can do, right? It solves our problem of having to pay for every user and increases the ROI we can get from the game. But doing that is crazy hard, right? Because we need to be able to track people around all those various data points or all those different interaction points. And there's just way too many tools that we have to use to do that, right? So we use AppsFlyer as our UA attribution source. We use PlayFab for all the back-end tracking, live ops systems, iTunes, Hootsuite. We use IronSource as our ad mediation tool. And IronSource is a big deal because 60% of our revenue on some of these games comes from advertising. And so right now what we have to do is we have to go, okay, how's marketing doing? We have to go to AppsFlyer. How's IronSource doing, or how's AdMon doing? We have to go to IronSource. How's the game doing? We go into PlayFab. So we're going to all these various sets that understand, and we're only getting a slice of that cycle that we're talking about. And so what we really needed to do is figure out how do we actually get a single view of all these interaction points with every individual player. And so what we did is we looked at and we're like, okay, who has the technology and capabilities to do this? And truthfully, the last thing I wanted was like 5 different tool sets that I'd have to work with. And the nice thing about Microsoft is they have areas that we all need. So obviously with PlayFab, they have a great live ops engine, and most of our data is already in PlayFab, so it made it really easy. And then that PlayFab data is on Azure, so we needed a data warehouse to pull all this data into somewhere, and it was nice that a lot of that data was already on Azure, so we chose Azure for that. And then we needed a BI tool to visualize all this, and one of the best-in-class BI tools is Power BI, so that is there. And then the next step of all of this is how do we actually start using this data instead of just on the insights level, but actually prescribing and optimizing the game. And Azure Machine Learning has a great role and a great opportunity for that. So it really kind of pieced this all together for us and made a one-stop shop of we've got all these tools and now we have kind of one solution to actually bring that all together, one partner to make that happen. And so with that, I'm going to hand over to Ed from Decisive Data, who actually helped build this tool and this platform that we have.
Thanks, Kevin. So when Kevin called us up and said, hey, we've got this great system, we think we're going to go to Microsoft, we got really excited. Decisive Data has been around for 10 years. We're a SI partner of Microsoft. We've got a lot of gold competencies. And once he showed us the stack, we were like, this is right up our alley. We're really dialed in here. So we came alongside and started to consult with Kevin and the Screenzilla team to say, okay, with all of these disparate data sources, how are you going to pull them together? And there's a lot of tools that you can use. And being the experts in the data field, we said we know the best tool to use, and that best tool is Fivetran. So Fivetran is a tool that takes all of the data sources from their disparate location and then pulls it in, and then from there we brought it into Azure. Once it was in Azure, we compiled it and then created a conformed model that then ended living in Azure Data Explorer, which just so happens to be where all of the PlayFab data lives. So this is a really great solution for any time that you're developing a game that utilizes PlayFab. And then, like Kevin had said, he wanted to leverage the power of Power BI for the visualizations. So that became the endpoint. And the whole model sets up so that you have a source of truth with all of your data living in Azure Data Explorer, and then everyone has access for true self-service analytics with Power BI. So your executive team, your marketing team, your analyst team, all have access to the same data to know that they're all speaking the same language and are able to execute. So what are the benefits of what this solution does? Well, first of all, it's easy and it has easy and stable data replication. So that's a really powerful thing. Then the next step is you have powerful data management with all of the Azure services. So Azure's created a lot of great services, and this utilizes them. You have a single source of truth in Azure Data Explorer. You've linked all of your data sets together with the PlayFab Universal Player ID, and with Power BI, everyone has real self-service analytics. So, cool. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. Without them, I'm just drawing PowerPoints. So it was great to actually have that come true. So what we actually have done here is, I'm going to show you kind of the end result of this, or kind of the actually initial stage. We're still developing this out, is this Power BI dashboard. And so, like we were saying, we had all these various places that we had to go to actually get this data. And now we can just go here and see everything about our player in any game that we actually publish, and we can slice and dice it many different ways. So it saves us a ton of time in that. But the biggest thing is actually being able to see that holistic from the first touch point in marketing all the way through to that actually social share is all in here. So as I scroll down here, you'll see kind of our top. Actually, let me go up here first. You can see some of the various things that we can slice by, obviously version, but even every single marketing campaign that we have is in here, and we can actually go and look at all these numbers in that individual level. But as you scroll down here, we have the financial performance. And remember how I was saying, like, if you look at most tools in this space, when you look at financial, all it's showing you is IAP. So it's showing you the IAP revenue, but it's not showing your ad revenue. This is merging it all together at an individual level. So we can look at this and go, okay, no matter how we segment, all of that comes. So we're pulling in that Iron Source API at that level and do that, which is a huge deal. And so the other nice thing about this is when I'm looking at this, you'll see some of these trend lines. Let me get that off of there. But at my level, truthfully, I can't remember where all these KPIs are supposed to be in the goals we set. So I can look at this, I can see this solid line there and say the ARPU is supposed to be here. We're not there, we're off, we need to go look into that a little deeper, and then we can talk to our analysts and stuff. But I can step back at this and really get a good high-level overview of how things are going on my financial performance. I can also see my engagement with the game on these various levels, and remember, I can slice and dice this any way I want. I can see actually on the marketing at a high level, you know, how many installs, what are the clicks doing, impressions, what are the CPIs doing? Because as a marketer, the biggest thing we're looking for is how much does it cost to install this user and how much do we actually make from them, right? So with this, I can actually overview, create segments, and do that. I can look at game performance so I can see how far they've got on the levels and the missions, devices, etc. But you get a sense like will be set up, once you have that data where everything is there in one place, you can set this and query this pretty much to show you anything you want in the game across all those various tools. Another thing we're working on, which I find cool, is the, that's not it, is the marketing dashboard. And so obviously we have some marketing stuff in the other area, and this is still coming together, and so we don't have all the data pulled into here. But what we can actually do here is I'm looking at the game performance of the marketing by channel or by ad or anything. So I can look at this and say, okay, the people that saw this ad had this ARPDAU, had this ARPU, or Facebook versus Unity, and see who's actually having better performance. And one key thing for me is, and you guys see it, like developer versus marketing, who's at fault, right? If something's going bad, the marketing's bringing in, the developers think the marketing's bringing in the wrong audience, the marketers think the game changed and the game's bad, right? So what we can see is we can segment these audiences and go, okay, this audience is performing well. Say their organics is not going down and the Facebook audience performance is going down. That's a huge clue that it is the marketing and not the game that's actually driving that. So again, we can slice and dice this any way. And the cool thing is once you've got that conform model, we can do that in Power BI and see anything we want. So really the benefits of this solution, kind of as I've been talking about this whole time, is it's a complete view. It's everything, every interaction point that we have with consumers is being tracked and put into this one place. And the true impact analysis. Again, a lot of our revenue comes from ads. With this, it's all together and all in one place. And I can optimize my marketing. So I can create any of these segments or slices in here. Because I'm looking at everything on that individual level, I can then create a segment, push that out, and send that back to Facebook and say, hey, let's do a lookalike on this audience because, you know what, they're performing really well, and so let's go with that. And again, the main benefit that I like is I don't have to go 20 places now to see how my game's performing. I can just go to one place and actually understand what's going on. But really, this is kind of just the start. We've actually already done this, but we've included Get Social in there as well, as far as a data source to pull in. So right now what we can do is if someone comes into the game and say we acquired them for $2, they come into the game, they never spend on IAP, they never actually watch an ad, but they share it and say they're an influencer and they get a bunch of people to come in and actually play the game and spend money, we can actually go, that's a very valuable user and we want to treat them special, we want to find more of them, right? So by putting that PlayFab ID on all these sources, we can track the complete loop and that complete player cycle that I was talking about earlier. The next thing we're starting to work on right now as well is moving away from statistical regression LTV and K-factor models and actually doing machine learning-based LTV calculations and K-factor models based on audience segments. So right now we have an overview of like, okay, our LTV of this game is X. Right, but it's for every audience. So with this, and because we're tracking all this various data, we can send different segments to it to Azure ML, and it will predict what the LTV is of that audience. So because every audience is going to be valued differently, so if we find a better audience, and we have the segment and it says, okay, they're going to make $7 this audience on projection, I can increase my CPIs and go after them. And then if I go in there and this audience that does not project to have very high LTV, I have a lower CPI for that audience. And then the next step after that, and this would probably be about this time next year, is actually optimization of the stores and in-game options based on this data. So it dynamically changes whether it's a notification, an IAP, et cetera, based on your historical use. But really, if you look at this, and we'll get to questions here, it's just saving us so much time to understand the player. And when we look at this, trying to get that holistic view and customize every experience, really we couldn't do that. That whole like player cycle model, it would be all fluff if we didn't have this tool to actually track each of those steps. So that's what's been great about the game stack for us. But that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions?